Hello, and welcome to Nick's Kitchen. Tonight, I will be cooking bacon in water. For whatever reason, the video of a man cooking bacon in water has captivated the hearts and minds of many, some reviling in disgust at the thought of bacon being placed in water, and others mystified that there is a way to cook bacon that does not involve it becoming as hard as a piece of wood. So, without further ado, I invite you into my kitchen where I will cook bacon in water. Please forgive the shaky camera work as I am holding my phone as I look for things in my kitchen, not having prepared properly to do this. That's why you're getting this awesome shot of some of my recyclables, a wishbone from a previous Thanksgiving, etc. As I possess no editing equipment whatsoever, this unfortunately will make it into the final cut. Here I am pouring the water. Shock and horror. Pouring water to only just slightly cover the meat as per the video. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's all going to boil off and it can't burn while it's in the water, so it's really hard to go wrong at this step, but we don't want it to take forever either. So I think that's probably a fair compromise. I am now turning the heat to high. As per the instructions, I will proceed to let the water boil, at which point I will reduce the heat to medium until the water boils off completely, at which point I will reduce the heat to medium-low and report back with the status of the bacon. Alright, just a quick check-in. The water has started to boil and you can already see that the color of the meatier parts of the bacon has started to change somewhat. I'm already very excited by this and I feel as though it's going to turn out well. I'm going to reduce the heat and check back in once the water's boiled off. I appear to have accidentally cut off my previous video, but as you can see, the water is reduced, the bacon is firming up, and again is changing color nicely. I don't know if you can see, hopefully you can, all the little fat globules that are accumulating on the water. That lets you know that the fat is rendering off the bacon nicely, so I can already see that this is in fact going to result in flexible, crispy bacon, the literal best of both worlds, that satisfying, juicy taste that all good meat should have, and at the same time the crispiness we also love and desire, which can be catastrophic if done wrong in bacon. So stay tuned. Alright, you can see now, especially on this side of the pan, the water is pretty much all but boiled off. There's still some steam coming, which means there's still some water in that mix. And some water left in the meat too, of course. But it looks like most of the fat is in the pan, and what's left on the bacon is cooked up pretty firm in that it's not going to be, you know, crispy and terrible. But anyway, I will report back when it's actually done. As you can see, the last remnants of the water are trying very hard to burn and evaporate off, so hail out for now. Alright, just a quick check back, but as promised, you can see that most of the steam has pretty much stopped, and now you can actually hear the oil is taking over, so this is when you know to put the heat down to medium-low. Alright, at this point, finished cooking, you can see it's just like the end of every other bacon cook. You've got your little bits of meat and gristle in the pan, the oil, the bacon looks nice and crispy. I'm going to take it out of the pan and let it sit for a minute or two before I try it. But that's when I'll report in next. Alright, so we're now looking at the finished product, which, as advertised, appears to... Oops, you can't see that. Terrible camera work. Appears to still have some flexibility, some actual, you know, tenderness to the meat. But the feel of it, too, is also crunchy. Now, I'm going to take a bite near the... Oh, that looks amazing. I'm going to take a bite near the microphone to see if, in fact, it is crunchy. That absolutely, I put it up to my face like I was going to talk on the phone. That absolutely is wonderful bacon. It is soft and tender while simultaneously being crispy around the edges, and none of it tastes burnt or too hard or unpleasant to eat. I dare say anyone would enjoy this bacon. Probably took about 20 minutes start to finish, which might be a little longer than stovetop, but you're also guaranteeing yourself almost perfect results. I would also recommend the method for anybody that does not yet have the finesse to properly cook bacon on a stovetop, not using this method. I would also recommend it to anybody who has trouble timing their meals, like what to cook when and how to space things out. You could put your potatoes in the oven for hash browns, start this bacon, the potatoes come out, the bacon finishes, you do your eggs, and you're good to go. Now I'm getting into a preamble for what would be an entirely new video, but long story short, the water bacon is real, the water bacon is delicious. Yeah, don't knock it if you haven't tried it.